Well, hello there. This is Len from Mercury Man Garage and Outdoors. How about we go big today? Now that right there was a little trick that I saw watching Matt's channel, Firewood in the Field. Highly recommend his channel. Using the forks to load up the big rounds on my vertical. Well, old C-Slow, she ain't no MS 324 from Easton made, that's for sure. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's a front-mounted splitter that goes on mini skid steers and tractors and things of that nature to split up big rounds like this. And like I said, C-Slow ain't one of those. But she got the job done probably in about an hour, as opposed to maybe 10 minutes with that 324. But one of these days we'll have one. couple hours later, we have our splits. Our gigantic splits. And I'm asking myself, is it worth it? I guess we'll see once we get them split down into bundle size wood. A lot of rot on some of these. I mean, not a lot, but enough to make me wonder if it's worth it. Like I said, we will see once we get this all split up how much we have and kind of do a count, throw together some numbers and see how many bundles I'm going to get out of this versus the effort, and see if it's worth it. I don't know. Definitely would be probably worth it if I had one of those Easton-made 324s, front-mounted splitters. Maybe not, I don't know. I mean, it still would be nice to have one of those because I do have a lot of good, big stuff that is not rotty that I could use one of those for. But this way is, yeah, it's work, can be done, but there's better ways. Well, we started out going big today, and this is what we ended up with. Let's see here. I think it was 3 giant rounds that I had, 16 inches by 42 inches was the biggest one. The other one was 36-ish, and the other one might have been 40-ish. Some had some rot in them, but 3 good size rounds, 16-inch wide. That's what we got. Not too shabby. A lot of work. Lots of work. Especially when you only have this and that. And of course I got the 500i, and that ripped through those big ones with no problem at all. But slow, very slow. John Deere does a good job, but can only lift so much. What I need is that MS324 from Easton-made front mount splitter, a vertical splitter, and I'd probably have this done in a couple hours. It took me all day to do this with my, I guess you'd say, run-of-the-mill equipment. But that's how it is. You know, if you want to put the time in with equipment like this, it's a lot of work, but look at the result. not too shabby. Probably a couple $100 worth of wood right there. But I'd say it's worth it. What do you guys say? You think it's worth it when you don't have the fancy equipment? Is it worth busting up big rounds like that when you have a splitter like this? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. For me, totally worth it. Especially when you got premium wood like this, white oak. Well, that's gonna do it for me. I am wore out. Lots of work. Lots of work. But for me, it's worth it. I think. As long as I'm able to do it, I'm gonna be doing it. So I'm gonna say it's worth it. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. Please subscribe, give me a like, leave a comment, and remember, find your thing. Have a good one.